I'm so mature, collected, and sensible. Except when I get hit with rejection. To turn me down, well, that's just unethical. I'll turn into someone you're scared to know. But if you need my love, my clothes are off, I'm coming over to your place. And if you don't need my love, I didn't want your little bitches anyway. Yeah, I'm a busy woman. I wouldn't let you come into my calendar any night. But if you want my kisses, I'll be your perfect missus till the day that one of us dies. So much to shave and lipstick to be applied. Maybe for you, though, I could accommodate. I'm flexible, so just tell me what you like. Tantric yoga, baby, namaste. And if you don't want me, I'll just deem you lame. But if you need my love, my clothes are off, I'm coming over to your place. And if you don't need my love, I didn't want your little bitches anyway. Yeah, I'm a busy woman. I wouldn't let you come into my calendar any night. But if you want my kisses, I'll be your perfect missus till the day that one of us dies. My schedules are super tight. Busy woman, unless you go the night. Tonight, oh. But if you need my love, my clothes are off, I'm going over to your place. And if you don't need my love, I didn't want your little bitches anyway. 'Cause I'm a busy woman, I wouldn't let you come into my calendar real quick, guys. I have a couple important announcements. I'm stumbling over my words. I have a couple important announcements to address on stream before we get started with Vampire Therapist. So, first off, Dream of You has shortened the pre-order window for the keychain. The pre-order is ending tonight. So if you guys are interested in getting a keychain, just type in !keychain and it will take you directly to the pre-ordered listing. This link is saying the wrong date. It's actually ending tonight. The pre-order is ending tonight. So if you haven't gotten a chance to pick up the keychain, please click the link in order before the end of tonight, because it's gonna go soon. I am very excited though. I cannot wait to see the keychain in person. It's gonna be super awesome. Like, I have the glitter keychain, but I don't have the regular keychain. I'm waiting on the regular keychain, which is what's available for pre-order right now. So needless to say, I'm very much excited. But yeah, I don't remember if I pre-ordered it. Oh god, good thing I remind you, Colin. Okay, so if you already have an Etsy account, which I imagine you do because you've ordered my stickers before, you can always check your order, your order/purchase history to see like if you've already ordered the keychain. So you might want to check before the end of tonight. But yeah, like I said, the pre-orders for the keychains are ending tonight, and then I don't know when the they could come back. Maybe like for another special event they could come back, so we'll be seeing. And hello, Virus! It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I always check out as a guest. Did you attach an email to like the order? Like, I think as a guest you are encouraged to like put an email in, so that way you can track your order. Did you put an email in, Colin? While we're waiting on that result, as another friendly reminder, next Saturday is going to be my lore video drop as well as the full body debut. I am finally going to fully debut this model. I am so excited. I feel like it's been almost an entire year since I started like I started using like the top half of this model, and now you guys finally get to see the rest of the model, and I am so fucking excited. I cannot wait for you guys to see the lore video and then see my model. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait, you guys. I am legit so excited. So if you guys are available on May 17th at 6 p.m. EST, I'm just gonna type it in real quick. There we go. I'm just gonna put that as a pinned message. There we go. So, like I said, guys, on May 17th, 6 p.m. EST, we are going to be watching my brand new lore video as well as basically revealing the full body model, and I am so excited. I cannot wait. I will say, last Vampire Therapist stream, we actually had a lot of great guesses as to what exactly this model is hiding, and I cannot wait for you guys to figure out like what exactly I've been hiding on this model, because like I can only show the top half. I can only show the top half of this model. The bottom half has spoilers. So I'm very excited. I saw some guesses last Vampire Therapist stream, and I will say one of them, I looked at it and I was like interesting. It was a very interesting guess, to say the least. I cannot confirm, though, if it was a right guess or not. All I'm going to say is that I smiled at it very much, and I was just like, But either way, as a friendly reminder, on May 17th at 6 p.m. EST, we are going to be watching my brand new lore video, as well as revealing the full body model. So if you're available at all, please attend. I would love to see you guys, and I am so excited to show you guys this model. And yeah, I will say, if you guys aren't available, the lore video will be released on my YouTube channel, like at midnight the next day. So you won't have to wait too long for the actual lore video to release publicly. And of course, I will be leaving the VOD up, and occasionally, when I finally debut this full model, I will be using it more often because there are many cute things about this model. Don't matter, I just bought it, possibly again. Colin! You know, I could have asked Sammy to email Dream with you and be like, hey, do you have someone named Colin who's already ordered a keychain? Like, she could have checked. She could have checked. I was gonna make a comment on Fives, but thought it would be too pretty. I mean, this wouldn't be a spoiler. This wouldn't be a spoiler. The model actually does have Fi. The model actually does have Fi. I actually do have like a decent amount of Fi on this model. Not like Sammy levels thick per se, where like, you know, it's a thick Fi, but it's a respectable Fi. It is a respectable Fi in this model. No, I must be... Colin! I can stare at you. Huff puff. Huff puff. Because that's like... You're adding shipping on top of that. I'm just saying. What the fuck? But yeah, either way, I'm gonna let Sammy take over the content warnings for Vampire Therapist, and then we're gonna get straight into it. As soon as I launch the game in the background, because we need that classic, background music. Perfect. Subtle flex for your friend or what do you mean? Look, I've been a Tex RP with as a teenager. I've been character. You know what, fair, I'll give you that. Anyways, here's Sammy. Alrighty, everyone, if you've been here on Vampire Therapist streams, you know the drill. Let's go over it real quick, just because we have to address this every single stream, because there could always be new people lurking. You never know, and I'd rather cover my ass. Alrighty, guys, so Vampire Therapist, as expected, deals with a lot of very dark subject matter. You are literally a therapist for immortal beings. So, as a therapist does, you are going to come across a lot of triggering material. If the mention of these particular triggers already make you uncomfortable, please don't hesitate to leave stream. We will see you at another time, because at the end of the day, your well-being is the priority of myself and by extension Aurora. We want you to be safe. We want you to be just mentally healthy, I guess is the best way to put it. I want you guys to be safe. However, if it's a conflict of like supporting us, like please don't worry about it. We have a lot of streams where you guys can support, where it is a more self-care and safe environment rather than whatever the fuck we're about to deal with here. So, our content warnings include, but are not limited to, war, abuse, sexual oppression, suicidal idealization, religion, addiction, self-harm, guilt, suffering, and violence. Now, again, if the mention of any of these topics made you uncomfortable, please don't hesitate to leave stream. I will see you another time. Aurora will see you another time. However, if you feel that you can handle this kind of subject matter, but later on you're feeling at risk, I would highly recommend using the command that we have in the title, which is safetylines. Safetylines pulls up a list of crisis hotlines that you can contact if you feel that your well-being is at risk. You can use any of the below links. However, if it is an emergency, like if you or somebody else's life is at risk, like you're gonna die, please call 911. It could save a life. However, if you just need somebody to talk to, we have talksuicide.ca for Canada, we have 9AA lifeline.org for the USA, and for any other region, you can use the Find a Helpline website. Again, at the end of the day, your safety and well-being is the priority of this stream. Again, both me and by extension Aurora would rather you guys be safe rather than sorry. Now, a couple other things we gotta mention about this game. This game uses strategy similar to CBT therapy, but do not consider this a game a training tool for you to use this strategy or psychoanalyze your friends. This game is basically an introduction to cognitive behavioral therapy. It is an introduction. However, this is not a replacement for a college course. However, if you feel this game does intrigue you on the topic of cognitive behavioral therapy, maybe consider going into studying it at college or university. And the final one, this is a very common rule among VTubers, but we have to address it, especially in this game. Everybody in the back, say it with me, I am not your therapist. For the record, when it comes to Aurora, do you really want her, who's been traumatized by the world, to be your therapist? No, you fucking don't. She's already messed up as it is, and she needs to work out her own shit before working out your own. Now, as for me, I am an educational assistant with counseling training that is focused on children from the ages of 4 to like 18 years old. I am not trained to do this for adults. And last I checked, this is not what you're subbing for. If you guys sub to me specifically to be a therapist, you got a big problem, and I'm gonna need to refund you because that is not the service I provide here. Again, these streams are for fun, and I don't want to be a therapist. I want to be an educational assistant. That is what I want, so please respect that, guys. But with that being said, those are our warnings for Vampire Therapist. If you guys would like to bring me back at any point in the stream, feel free to redeem Sammy mode, or that's it. Sorry, my brain is tired today. I had a decently long day at work. Like, it wasn't a bad day at work per se, but like, it was a long day, people. But if you guys would like to bring me back, feel free to redeem Sammy mode at any time, and I will be seeing you guys whenever it's redeemed, or at various points in the stream. If it relates to my field of study, I will be popping out to comment on it. But either way, here's Aurora. Thank you so much, Sammy! I feel so dumb. How am I missing notifications? You are not dumb, Brian. Twitch is being a butt. But hi, Brian. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. How much ass is there to cover? I'm sorry, I'll see myself out. Can someone tell me where the door is? Okay. For the record, let me see. I don't have all that much butt, if I'm honest. Tammy? I'm just gonna say there's a decent amount to be covered. Well, being the only ass here, not much to be honest. I know what you're referring to, Brian, but what the fuck? Either way, guys, let's get into it. So last time, I think... Wait, you're talking about glutes? Yeah, we were talking about glutes. There we go. Alrighty, so last time we played, I think we were about to see, like, the Gaslighter, and I'm not excited for it, but we will get through it. Continue. Alright.
Samuel, greetings. I believe you are seeing our actor friend tonight, are you not?
I'm not happy to see him, I can tell you that. Oh, here's a content I think you're saying, here's an idea for a stream. D&D therapy, where someone comes on stream in character to talk about their life. What do you think? Just an excuse to talk about characters. I would say, like, therapy might be a bad term because I'm not trained in therapy. However, interview, I like that idea a lot better. I like the idea of interviewing different characters, if that makes sense. I feel like that would be way more effective than therapy, just because I am not a therapist. I literally just said in my rules, I'm not a therapist. Anyways.
Yeah, I guess so. I still ain't sure I'm the right therapist for that fella.
There may not be a right therapist for him, but let us think positively. He has put himself in your care, and that is a tremendous step.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm thinking it's gonna be an uphill battle, though.
At least his core distortion is clear, don't you think? You know what it is, I am sure.
Hold on. Personalization.
It's personalization, right?
Of course, a distortion common to many with narcissistic tendencies.
You and Ikari already do podcasts, so that could work. This is true. That could work. No. It's all in fun. Like a character explaining their adventures and backstories and stuff in the appearance of getting therapy, not real therapy. Like, while it is a good idea, because of Sammy's, like, close ties to, like, the mental health field, I don't know if I feel comfortable calling it therapy. Yeah, and to me personally, like, I feel it would be a little bit misleading for the session, just because, like, first off, I don't think anyone really wants to stream their therapy journey per se, and even though, like, it's all in fun and stuff, like, it could be a little misleading because it's not real, and for me, I like the real. So I don't want to potentially go about, like, maybe misrepresenting therapy when I and Aurora don't know the first thing about it. I'm trained in, like, counseling, which is close to therapy, but it's not therapy. But yeah, that is my reasoning. I would like to stick to, like, an interview because that would make more sense, and I could develop questions based on, like, the character itself. But I'm just like, putting the title therapy, nah, I don't know, man. It's a cool idea, but for me personally, not so much. Anyways.
Yep, it's the Edmund Keane show all day, every day.
I recognize your disdain, but pause a moment. It must be difficult for Edmund to make everything all about him all the time, don't you think?
He doesn't have to make everything about him, though.
He doesn't know that. Keep digging, Samuel. You will find his truth. Choose your distortions well.
Okay. Personalization is his main one, but we also have emotional reasoning, control fallacy, should statements, and then labeling.
I think I'm all holstered up now.
Okay, I just thought the flare would add some extra oomph, but interview is good too. Yeah, while I appreciate the idea of the flare, it's just like, I feel like interview would suit my style more better. Because I love doing interviews. Interviews are so fucking cool.
Very good, Samuel. I wish you patience and compassion. Good luck.
See you later, Andy. All right, now what did Andy teach me? Breathe. I think I'm ready. Right on time. I think I hear him coming.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Edmund, good to see you. How you been feeling these past few weeks?
Empty, my dear boy. Empty. I am but a vessel made for a single purpose. But alas, and alack, that purpose is in supply most rare.
You mean acting, right?
Aye, that's the rub. Acting, my dear boy. Acting. My thespian blood goes rancid with stagnation, and the only cure seems to me irreprehensible now. I do not wish to face these mortal directors, for they dare to tell me my art.
Oh boy.
Ain't that what directors are supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my dear boy. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. No director can thrust greatness upon the already great. In mine own case, mine greatness hath already been achieved.
Well, maybe you can help me understand a little better. You said that greatness was thrust upon you, right? How did that happen?
Ah, you are curious to hear what circumstances created this actor non pare. I cannot blame you. Well, recounting such a history will please me indeed. I first rattled the foundations of the stage as a mere babe. Indeed, too young for memory, and yet old enough to command attention.
Just become a director? Yeah, like if you have a clear vision, why not just become the director? Yeah, you're gonna be behind like the camera or the stage, but you can make everything to your vision.
Clad only in swaddling cloth at the age of 4, I was Cupid himself. But my arrows seemingly went astray, but the entirety of the audience fell in love with me.
So you were a child actor, but he's the actor. He must be in front of the camera, which he can also... Wait, can you direct and act at the same time? Like, is that allowed?
It is the stuff of legend. For tender as my mind was, I could not bear witness to my own greatness. But it does prove that I was indeed born great.
More like you're a child star. Yes, people do it all the time. Well, there you go. That's your answer, people.
But you said greatness was thrust upon you.
It was a matter of necessity. You may not guess it from my gentle speech, but I am no lordling.
Gentle speech. Yeah, sure.
Selfishly, and surely to spite me, my father shuffled off his mortal coil when I was but a babe in arms, ere I ever graced the stage. It left my mother and myself in dire straits.
Selfishly and surely to spite me, my father shuffled off his mortal coil. Oh, he passed away. Nope.
It is an impressive distortion to believe that someone has died to inconvenience you. I am actually impressed.
Personalization.
Hold on a sec. You said your old man died selfishly. Well, what do you mean?
People do it all the time. Oh! Though I only know of this through director cameos. I see. Ben Affleck, Orson Welles, etc. Okay. Thank you for informing me, guys. And hi, Atomic. It's so good to see you. How are you?
Well, what kind of a father drinks himself to death when he has a beautiful baby son at home?
The kind who has a lot more issues. Like a lot more issues. Sick right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Atomic. Make sure you rest and drink lots of fluids, okay? And good that you went to the doctor.
I at least waited until my son was older before I did the same.
Excuse me?
Eddie, come on. Listen to yourself. I'm sure you didn't die to spite your son, just as your pa didn't die to spite you. I ain't gonna deny his choices hurt you, but they weren't all about you.
Forgive me then. 'Tis ever the fate of an actor to feel every emotion more keenly. The situation my mother and I were left in was most precarious. We were the lowest of the low, you see. We lived in the rookeries and begged for our bread. But he that hath wit must make content with his fortune's fit. And oh, did we beg. She was my Queen Gertrude, and I her filthy little Hamlet. Did I mention I played Hamlet at age 14?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Well, anyway, my mother was a competent actress, but it was my wit alone that saved us from destitution. Forsooth, I was so prodigious that, at the age of 7, I garnered the attention of one Reginald Flopbot of the Worthington Flopbots.
It's not flu or COVID, but what they know is that it's a virus and it's contagious, and they don't know what it is. So I'm put in quarantine for now. I see. Definitely take your time and get some rest, okay, Atomic? Well, what do you know? That's interesting to play a character like that. It really is. Although, isn't there something about, like, I don't know which role it is, but something about, like, playing a certain role in, like, Shakespearean plays? Doesn't it make you go mad? Thank you for the hydrate. Like, I don't know. I heard that myth somewhere. And thank you for the blanket. Oh, my back is itchy.
'Twas he who paid to get me off the streets and into the dormitories. He said, "Edmund, my cherub, the streets are not for you. One day, you will be the greatest of actors.
That would explain. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, here's the thing. I forget which role it is, but there's a certain role in Shakespearean plays that would drive somebody mad. I don't know which one it is, though. I'm forgetting. It's definitely not one from Romeo and Juliet or Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm trying to remember what it is. I will say, why is there a therapist office in the same building as a nightclub? Probably because, like, the thing is that the owner's a vampire, and he hosts a club specifically for humans to, like, donate their blood to vampires, and also to maybe mingle with vampires, too. So it could be possible that, you know, like, his club offers, like, some sort of reprieve for his clients, but also to introduce his clients to his club clients, if that makes sense.
Hey, how about that? You went and proved him right.
Piffle. Master Flopbot never gave a fig about my potential. I was a prop to him, a symbol of his generosity and high breeding. Every month, he would stage an elaborate party with all the well-to-do society of London. The dandy fop would stand upon a dais and announce himself as the savior of the city's poor. That was my cue. I would be lowered down from the rooftop, wearing naught but swaddling clothes and a set of opulent wings.
So, let me think. Like, if he's like, he did technically save you from the city, like the city streets, yes. But if he's using that to elevate his own status, that's a little, it's not exactly the best thing. Okay, thank God. I didn't want to think you were suggesting that one time I pushed Tilbot a little too hard in the acting rehearsal. No. I'm talking about a literal role that drives someone mad.
The gentry's delight was my dungeon, but I would flit among them, reprising my breakout role as Cupid by shooting little arrows of love at them. At the age of 7, it was most disquieting. At 11, on the cusp of manhood, the shame was too much to bear.
Dang, Eddie, that sounds awful. That Flopbot fella had no right to do that to you.
No, indeed. I remember my last performance quite vividly. The titters and leering glances from the guests linger ever in the back of my mind. And fool that I was, I played my part still. I should have plunged mine arrows into that fool Flopbot's chest instead of shaming myself.
You're labeling yourself.
You were a fool for playing your part? What choice did you have, Eddie?
Yeah!
It is simple logic. Only a fool plays the fool repeatedly. Many a bottom have I known that never played the Dane, preferring the comfort of a familiar role.
Well, Eddie, it's a little reductive to say that everyone who plays the fool is a bottom. There ain't nothing wrong with letting your partner take the lead.
I didn't catch that till now. Okay, all I can say is that as a bottom, there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with letting your partner take the lead. That is all. Wait, how do we... You tell me, Brian. You tell me.
Oh, ye plebeian. I speak of Nick Bottom. From the Bard's Journey Through Whimsy that is a Midsummer Night's Dream.
I was literally just talking about this.
Oh, yeah. Even so, though, if you call yourself a fool, you're doing the same kind of typecasting, ain't you?
Uh-huh.
I suppose so. Regardless, I did not suffer the indignity for long. I swore that night to never be a puppet again. I stole away and gave myself to the mercy of Poseidon. The bargain was struck, and he swallowed up my hated swaddling clothes and wings.
Okay, that one was deserved. That one actually was deserved. I hate that you're right.
In desperation, I signed on with a mercantile shipping agency. I thought perhaps that my body would bend more than my soul. But oh, did I toil! Life upon the sea is most cruel. Biting winds did carve my visage. Low words hardened my heart. and heavy weights left me bent. By the time I had fulfilled my bargain with the Lord of the Sea, I had become an older man, my efforts etched into every crease on my face.
Dang, sounds intense. How long were you at this job?
An age, a life, 6 months, each one a hungry leech torn from my bleeding body.
Half a year. It was half a year.
I am convinced this gauntlet was prepared for me alone, for ne'er in history has one so blessed by grace been subjected to such toil.
Personalization.
Eddie, I gotta stop you there. It's gonna be a lot easier to accept your truth when you realize you ain't alone in your suffering. Hell, there ain't nothing more human than suffering. And historically, kids ain't had it so good.
What was the year that children were legally declared as people? There we go. So, officially, in 1959, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Declaration of the Rights of a Child, which recognizes, among other rights, children's right to education, play, a supportive environment, and health care. So it wasn't until 1959 that severe changes were made to laws in order to support kids. It literally took until the 60s until shit was done properly.
But none suffered as I suffered. A boy such as I was not meant for such misery.
But many boys such as yourself had that misery.
Compadre, I had my first kill and no home at 12 years old. My brother had a stutter his whole life on account of the regular beatings my stepdaddy gave him. Maybe your suffering felt like the only suffering in the world, but it wasn't. And it'll hurt less when you realize you weren't alone. But keep telling me your story. I already know there ain't nobody like you in the world, so don't worry on that account.
Now then, at last, we close the circle as nature ever demands. I return to London and into the graces of my dear Uncle Moses and his comely mistress, Charlotte. 'Twas she who filled my dramaturgical quiver with dire arrows, fletched by the bard himself. And when my deft fingers plucked the bow of humanity, at last, I was free.
Huh?
My reaction too, Sam.
I cannot speak more plainly. The good woman taught me the works of Shakespeare, and armed with this knowledge, I conquered the stage and saved myself from toil.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, what do you mean gave the arrows? Like, what are you using this, like, quiver for?
Oh, well, right.
And so, you see, the die was cast from the moment I was born. The stage was made for me, and it was my skill upon it that saved me from the streets, and saved me once again from a life at sea.
Eddie, my man,
Knew
I
it.
got some good news and bad news for you. The truth of the matter is, fate doesn't give a stable full of horse shit about you. Ain't none of us are that special. The world ain't waiting for us to show up. It's just gonna keep turning.
This is true.
Perhaps you are right, my dear boy. You are correct. My success was not because of the fates, but in spite of them.
But the fates weren't even against you to begin with. Like, yeah, your life sucked. But the fates weren't necessarily against you succeeding. The fates... Here's one thing I learned about the universe. The universe isn't necessarily against you. Things are going to happen regardless if they're good or bad. Like, take what happened for me, for example. Was I fated to, like, go for that shitty experience I did up until I was 19 years old? I don't know. To be quite honest, I don't know if that was supposed to be my fate. But it's what happened to me nonetheless. Now, I did hear from a friend of mine who, I can't talk too much about it, but let's just say I have a friend who specializes in knowing the different timelines of the world, and he told me something very interesting. Apparently, in nearly every single timeline he saw, I was almost always with Louie. The only other timelines that differed were when I was alone. Most timelines that have me alongside Louie. And the ones that don't, I'm just by myself. So maybe it was fate that I ended up with Louie, but it was a fate I chose. If that makes sense.
The fates said, Edmund, you are a child of the slums. But I shamed the immortal hags in my own manner. The stage roused my spirit. Thus I knew my destiny lay upon it.
You got it, amigo.
Woo!
You wanted the stage to be your ticket out of the bad days. Maybe that's why you were so successful. Your intrinsic motivation made you keep pushing to be better.
Tis so. Tis so. The threat of the rookeries loomed ever upon my overladen spirit. Acting presented itself as a way to keep myself out of them. It is natural that I should weigh its importance so heavily.
I can see why acting means so much to you, Eddie. I probably feel damn near the same about the things that got me out of my bad days.
Thank you. Then you understand how my alienation from the theater does pain me so. And yet, the cure is as deadly as the illness. These damnable critics! Not a single lifetime among them, and they deign to challenge my interpretation of the written word.
It's as you say, it's interpretation!
They simply cannot relate to my singular experience. I will bare my soul upon that stage, and they will all sneer and malign it on their internet profiles.
So you're talking about blogs?
I took a look at your Wikipedia entry last night, Eddie. Well, maybe you've had a few bad critics here and there, but history says you're a legend, and your work speaks for itself. Hell, you were around before film was ever a thing, and people still remember you.
Ah, your words warm me, as an ersatz son for the one we have forsaken. With thy help shall I gird my soul mayhap, and grace the stage once more.
Well, let's talk about that then. What's the biggest thing stopping you from getting back up on that stage right now?
That it all simply might not be worth it. Why should I bear my damned soul when the audience hath not the sight to see it?
But then, you're suffering from the what if. That's the thing. Like, in your opinion, you're going, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But here's the thing. If you don't try, you'll never know. Maybe the audience will like you. Maybe there'll be only a couple people who like your performance. But if you don't try, then you'll never know, like, what happens. And I don't know if this guy is comfortable living with the rest of his life never trying.
Maybe I can ask you a question then. What if there were no audience?
No audience? Do you know what a stage is, sir? It is a platform where life in brief may be portrayed. It is a platform because it is separate from the audience. Without such, the stage ceases to be a stage.
As in, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Simply but elegantly put, my dear boy. Without the audience, the stage loses all meaning, like a monarch without a kingdom.
Let's figure out how we can bring it back to acting. Forget the audience. I know we can't see in mirrors and all, but what do you think of filming yourself?
Ha!
Brilliant notion. Yes, I shall become my own audience. I shall bring myself to rapture. Forsooth, if I cannot pleasure myself, whom can I pleasure?
We're still talking about acting, right?
I think so!
Oh, my dear boy, the pleasures of the flesh are secondary to one who knows character above all else. Indeed, we speak of the noble art. I shall do as you suggest. If there is one on this lonely orb that can inspire an artist such as I
was
it is
not
myself.
being horny that time! I didn't say anything naughty, did I? Huff puff! do? What did I do? What did I do, Colin? What did I do?
I ain't sure I'd put it exactly that way, but I think you're touching on the thing we've been talking about. The motivation's got to come from you, amigo.
As I said, that's for me. Then what did you do?
We are of one mind, dear boy. Perhaps I left my muse in the mortal realm, but I shall find him once more. Not only for myself, but also for my public.
Let's talk about acting. I'm carrying a beautiful drow woman in my arms. I need to be bonked. Cause you're thinking impurely while you're holding her in your arms?
Yea, the masses flock to my Wikipedia page as moths to a flame, each a silent plea for the return of the one true artisan of the stage.
Emotional? No.
Edmund sees his individual qualities as spurring others into action. Does he assume too much about himself?
Yea, the masses...
Now hold your
There we
horses,
go.
fella. You're reading a little too much into the whole Wikipedia thing. There's 1.5 million reasons why people might be looking you up.
Uh-huh. Wikis and Wikipedias are not the only things, like Wikipedia and Wiki are edited by fans. I'm just saying. I'm playing a teenager surrounded by beautiful fantasy women. Okay, you know, fair, Colin.
I mean, I hear tell the biggest Wikipedia page out there is the one for that coronavirus that got all them mortals all worked up. And I'm pretty sure they don't want that coming back.
And thus dost thou scuttle a burgeoning friendship with the cannons of enmity. Why must you challenge me so?
Because I'm a therapist.
That's my job, compadre. Ain't we had some good breakthroughs today? We couldn't have gotten there if I'd been busy agreeing with everything you said.
We're just gonna have a dent at the end of this stream. Probably.
Very well. But I still say you are most vexatious.
Vexatious?
I've been called worse. I think we got some homework for you, though, right? You're gonna film yourself and do some acting for its own sake. We'll check back in a few weeks. But Eddie, I think you're doing great. We made a lot of progress today.
I wasn't as mad as I thought it would be.
Naturally. The human condition is my oeuvre. Nevertheless, you have been a competent guide. You have reminded me of what is most important in unlife. Me. I should like to give you a gift.
Excuse me?
Oh, come on. You don't need to do nothing like that.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to accept gifts.
Nonsense. It is meaningless to me, but it is beyond price for you. It is my headshot, signed with my autograph.
Okay, this isn't bad. I think I'm okay to accept this.
Oh, thanks, Eddie.
Like, it's not bad. Like, I know, hold on. Sammy, can you confirm this? Okay, so as, we'll say, like, caretakers, providers of a service and all that stuff, we're not usually supposed to accept gifts from clients. Like, we're talking, like, we're not allowed to accept anything of high value. Like, we're not allowed to accept gift cards. We're not allowed to accept big, grand gifts from our clients, because that could potentially skew on the lines of, like, conflict of interest or any other, like, category. However, if it's a more personal gift, like, for example, let's say, like, your client, like, made you, like, a piece of art, and that's okay. Like, if they made that with their two hands, that's okay to accept, like, especially when it comes from kids, because no joke, I have several pieces on my wall that were drawn by a lot of students that I have worked with in the past, because I'm allowed to accept those kind of gifts, because those are gifts of the heart, and they're incredibly meaningful, if that makes any sense. But yeah, we're not allowed to accept gifts of high value. That's a little bit much. There we go. But if it's something like a picture and an autograph from your client, that's fine. Frozen in the furnace when he leaves. Probably.
Cherish it always. If you help me to find my muse, then it is a gift even more precious. And I will find it ere we next meet. Of that, I promise you.
Well, let's not put the pressure on, amigo. Just enjoy some acting. That's all I'm asking for. I'll see you in a few weeks then, okay?
Verily, so it shall be. Godspeed then, boy. Thou shalt witness me new and on. Farewell.
A job well done, Samuel. I was particularly impressed at the way you challenged Edmund on what acting means to him.
Yeah, he's a weird fella, but I think he's gonna do okay.
It can be hard for our kind to retain our intrinsic motivation. Something must keep him going. I do hope that he will find his.
Me too. Get this man a cameo, right?
But you, Samuel, must rest. The work you have done in these past 2 months deserves to be celebrated. So do not linger here in this dusty room. Perhaps you can even be encouraged to dance.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, for me personally, like, club dancing, like, I don't know if I'm good at that. Like, maybe, like, you know, performance dancing I'm pretty good at. Like, you know, like, when I'm singing, I sometimes, like, dance to the songs I sing. And then also, I'm kind of good at, like, ballroom dancing with, like, Louie leading me, if that makes sense. We've danced a couple times. We've actually been practicing our dancing skills a lot more lately. Like, I can't say why, but, one of, my papa's acquaintances is a dance instructor, and he's been teaching me and Louie how to dance the waltz. Like, we've known for a while how to dance a waltz, but we've never known how to actually do a waltz. So the instructor has been helping me and Lou, like, kind of learn how to do it properly. And now Louie's at the stage where, like, he can twirl me and then, like, kind of, like, dip me. It's kind of cool. You're not getting me to dance. Well, what if you're dancing to music?
I think I'm gonna need a lot more therapy myself to get to that point.
Very well, Samuel. Then let us at least make sure you get well nourished.
Yes.
Find a friendly neck downstairs, my friend. You deserve it. And rest in peace.
I want a burger. I would like a burger. Not a neck, but a burger. Only foot tap is the most you'll get from me, but that's still dancing. Back in the club.
Well, they say don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys, but maybe don't let them be actors either.
Okay, as a voice actor, I felt that, like... Okay, as a voice actor, I have to half agree and half disagree, because on my end, I think I ended up pretty good as a voice actress, but there are some voice actors I have met over the course of my, we'll say, career, that I look at and go, did acting really benefit them? Like, they're good actors, but fuck. Colin, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Let's see the notes. Edmund's tied his whole identity to the stage because the stage saved him from the streets when he was a kid. Obsessed with the audience, disqualifies the positive about any actors, definitely suffered abuse as a kid, still thinking the same ways he did as a kid, that the stage is always gonna offer salvation. I suggested Edmund try acting for its own sake. He forgot the fun while he was looking for safety. I hope it goes well. I do. Okay, good.
Well, time to dish with Crimson a little. I gotta talk to some more folks, though. Andy's mainly my teacher, so I'm starting to feel like Crimson's my only friend. Hey, only friend.
Ah!
Excuse me?
What? Oh, yeah, Crimson. Hey, Crimson.
Are you blushing, vampire?
No.
No, that ain't possible.
Almond. What was that squeak that just came out of my throat? Okay, now every time I see Edmund, I'm just gonna think of, like, an almond. Like, his head is an almond. You left your kettle on. Yeah, that was a new squeak.
It's all right. It's nice to hear from a vampire who's younger than Jesus. Now, let's hear how this week went before you go out there and find friend number 2.
All right, real quick. This client of mine, he had a real bad time as a kid. Well, worse than I did, it sounds like. But he found fame early, and now he's talking about fate and how he's destined for greatness again.
Met plenty of destined for greatness folk in DC. I lost patience for it. How do you think you handled him?
Pretty well.
I learned my lessons from the last session. He didn't threaten to jump off a cliff this time or anything.
Woohoo!
I gave him an assignment to film himself doing something he loves doing. He seemed excited about that.
You're either brave or adorable, Sam Walls.
There's nothing brave about it. As for adorable, well, some have used words to that effect before.
Okay, now I know you're confident enough to get out there. Giddy up.
Huh?
Here we go. Right to the edge of the dance floor, but not on it. Don't want anyone getting any funny ideas.
Alright, give me 1 sec, guys. I just gotta run to the washroom. I'll be right back. I'm back! And you claim the Huffpuff! I am not cute. I am not cute. Huffpuff. Bottom text. What do you mean?
Once more alone, I see.
Oh, hello!
You scared the shit out of me.
But you can't shed. You're a vampire. Know that I see much, vampire, and that I like what I see.
Oh, it's her again. Well, I was hoping to find a mortal friend, or at least a willing Nick.
Okay! I don't know, my head is empty today. Did you bring any refreshments? I have water.
Now, what do mortals of this time talk about?
I am not adorable, shut up! Huff. Be awkward about music?
They ever play the classics in here? A little Oh Susanna or Old Folks at Home?
Those are not gonna work in a nightclub. Can I have some? Yeah, I think I can get you some.
No, they don't. All your favorite songs have been long forgotten now.
My body has been hot for the past week. That's not good, Brian. I think you should drink some water. I'm doing the whole I'm not this thing, but I really am. No, Raven, I think I talked about this before, but like, when you go for experiences like me and Hikari have, it is very hard to accept like that we're cute. So I personally don't believe it.
Well, what songs do you like?
If I told you, would you know them?
Probably not.
I see.
You see a lot, don't you?
Why don't you tell me what you see?
I see an interesting mortal. Someone observant. Someone who isn't afraid to have their own style.
That is what you observe. It is not what you see.
Oh, fine. You tell me what I see.
You see the long vein across my throat. It looks very juicy, doesn't it?
Bitch, you're telling me to... What the fuck? That's fine. The insurance of reassurance is needed.
Well, now that you mention it, it does.
Then consent is given. Do not hesitate, vampire.
Fine.
Shucks, that was something else. You got good circulation there.
Okay, hear me. Okay, I'm hearing you out, Virus. Sorry. Just... It's free real estate. As long as you two are not believe the insults. No, we don't believe the insults. I mean, I know I used to. And same thing with you, Cuddy, but we don't necessarily believe it anymore. Now when we hear those kind of things, we're like, well, those things aren't true about us, are they? I don't know, like, I feel I've gotten past the point where, like, I don't believe the insults that I was told long ago. If that makes sense. I just had my blood drawn today. Too real. Fair, Colin. I know it's not from your neck, but you're like, eee. What? Like this chick? Virus? Why do the veins look like wires in electric? Probably because they're easier to aim for.
I see. And what do I taste like?
Kinda earthy. You could use some iron. What do you eat most often?
I eat a lot of carrots. They're supposed to be good for one's eyesight, and I like to see.
Carrots. Sus! Agreed. Yeah, I'm certainly trying to practice not letting those insults affect me either. It takes a lot of time, and you have to be around the right people to kind of like change your mindset, but because I was around the Misfits for so long, and Louie's been really helping me on my own journey to kind of sort of get over my trauma and stuff, it's gotten easier.
I see now that you are tired and wish to enter your state of torpor.
Well, maybe I'll see myself out then.
Look! The pun was right there! The pun was right there! Not everyone is using carrots in that way. Hold your horses, chat. I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking, carrots? Really? Like, eating a lot of carrots, I don't know. I feel like that would get tiring very quickly. I eat carrots for eyesight. What do you mean? Exactly! I'm personally not a fan of carrots. Like, I don't know. I don't like them when they're cooked. I don't like them when they're raw. I don't know. I don't like carrots. That's one thing I'm like picky on. I don't like my carrots. It's not about what others say about you. In the end, you are already better than them if they have to go out of their way to hurt you.
That's offensive.
Ay.
I'm going to leave now.
Bye. Sorry.
Shoot, was it something I said? Well, at least I got a full belly. And now, time for some shut-eye.
I might be able to change your mind, Jellybean. I don't know. I've eaten a lot of carrots in my life, Brian. Like, I've prepared them in all sorts of ways. I've even had carrot juice. I doubt you can change my mind. She does not like them in this house or even with a mousel. Oh, wait. I read that as mousel, but I realized it was mouth. Mouse. My pronunciation is shit lately. She does not like them in this house or even with a mouse. Yeah, I'm gonna stop before I dig my grave. Not just any carrot. Ever had shepherd's pie? I have had shepherd's pie, but I don't typically have carrot in it. I don't know, I don't like it. I like shepherd's pie, don't get me wrong, but I don't like carrot in shepherd's pie.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing the Ancient One tonight, aren't you?
Oh, the ancient one. Wait, is this the streamer? This is the streamer! The one who keeps calling me a mouse. Damn it. What about carrot cake? Not my favorite cake. Not my favorite cake, personally. I like strawberry shortcake. No, not her. Brian's like, no, not her. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna suffer through this together, okay?
Ancient One. She's 1,200 years younger than you, Andy.
I suppose I was engaging in a bit of labeling myself. You are, of course, correct. Still, her age presents a unique challenge. After one lives for 1,000 years, history seems less a line than a fixed point. Speaking of which, I imagine you can guess what distortion an old one such as Medi might fixate upon.
Overgeneralization.
It's gotta be overgeneralization. She really is basing all her opinions on her experiences when she was alive.
Very good, Samuel. I heard tales of her island in my time, but they were never peaceful tales. I am not surprised she finds safety in her narrative. What other distortions do you think Medi might exhibit?
Labeling, control fallacy, should statements, Nosferatu thinking.
Good to go, boss.
Then I will leave you to it. Good luck, my friend.
Here we go, folks!
Hello again, strange cowboy man.
Oh, she's not calling me mouse!
It's good to see you again, Mitty. How's the past month been for you?
I went for a walk, just like you suggested. Didn't like it very much.
Oh?
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What was so unpleasant about it?
It's very loud outside, and dirty, and smelly. Everywhere I walked, it smelled like mortal food, which is disgusting.
Oh, you picked a bad spot to walk then.
They knew how good it felt to drink blood. Maybe they would not eat so much of this pizza food.
Oh, you don't like pizza?
There's so many cars too. I don't like cars. They have hateful faces. They look so angry all the time.
How is that different from your stream room? Hey, yo! You know, that's a fair point. Like, but then maybe Medi keeps it clean. Maybe Medi keeps it clean. She better keep it clean considering what she does. God, she really is a streamer. Oh, wait, never mind. She might have a point. Like, here's the thing. Some places in the world aren't exactly the nicest to walk, so maybe she didn't have a good place to walk.
Stepped in a wee, killed 7 men, and got splashed by a bus. It's really quite awful.
Oh. Yeah, that's not a good experience.
You killed 7 men? How the heck did that happen?
Oh, that was inconvenient, you know. Normally I have my zealots do that kind of thing for me. They take care of the bodies. I had to do all that silly work myself, and now there are always police sirens going off, which interrupts my streams and makes my followers very sad.
Oh.
Why did that all happen?
Because they found the bodies everywhere, silly. I don't know what to do with my rubbish.
You didn't hide the body? Oh, no wonder there's cops everywhere. Jesus. Like, I don't condone it, but I'm just saying, like, you kind of dug your own grave. You kind of dug your own grave there, Maddie. Oh, yeah, she's the one who kills off her tier 3s. Exactly. Yes, thank you.
I meant why the killing? You didn't happen to make a few assumptions based on past experiences? Why kill a bunch of men?
Oh, well, they looked at me. I know what mortals who look at me are like. If I let them live, they'd probably try to burn me as a witch. I could do nothing but kill them.
This is not the Salem witch trials.
Hold on a sec. You know what mortals who look at you are like. How do you know? Are you reading their minds?
I don't have to read their minds, sweetling. I have known manlings for a very long time.
I get what you're saying. But here in this room, at least, we gotta be honest with ourselves. Do you really know what they were thinking?
Silly mouseling.
Fuck.
I do not need to know what a wolf is thinking to know what a wolf is.
Here's the thing. Times are different, Medi. They could have been just looking at you because they liked your fashion sense. You didn't have to go and fucking kill them. They're not, like, here's the thing. They're not gonna do the witch trials in 2025. That's not what we do here.
Does that mean every wolf you see is gonna try to eat you?
We don't have wolves anymore. They're all gone now.
They still exist. I have a wolfkin foster mom. And for the record, my foster mom would not kill anyone without reason. Like, to be entirely blunt, if it came down to it, I know my foster mom, if it came down to protecting me, she would probably kill somebody. But she doesn't choose to kill anybody. What the fuck, Medi?
So maybe you can see where that kind of thinking can be a problem. It was scared people who killed all them wolves, right?
We have wolves. Someone near me owns an actual... Wait, really? I need to know the story behind this. Like, do you know how they got the wolf? And are they a good wolf?
Now I know that thinking doesn't come from nowhere. Old as you are, I'm sure you've seen some real awful stuff.
That's right. Haven't killed you, though. You are kind, little mouse.
I am not a mouse.
Well, let's lay off the mouse stuff a little.
I'm sorry. Don't wish for you to scurry away into a little hole. Do you want to hear why I feel the way I do?
I would appreciate it greatly, miss.
Let me tell you about men from my time, then. Let's start with me, Da. My father sold me and my mother to a chief of a rival clan for a golden necklace.
That is just horrifying.
Oh, I have no idea. I just got told by my parents and showed me a video of it howling. Oh. You just have to respect them and not treat them like a dog.
Oh, don't fuss, sweetling. It was the most beautiful golden necklace. At least 2 girls' worth. Father got quite a deal, really.
Selling for a necklace? What the fuck?
You're using humor, but I'm sure that must have been heartbreaking for you.
It was common at the time. Suppose I should have been glad to be the possession of an old chief.
Whose should is that, matey?
Why, everyone thought that. They were ever so surprised when I ran away. Did wish I could feel the way they felt, but I simply could not.
I think most of us vampires had it rough as kids. Maybe most kids have it rough. I don't know. But the one thing I do know is that kids don't come with the same shoulds their parents have got. I think we're learning all them shoulds ended up being a load of horse shit anyway.
I knew girls who did as they were told. They would have been thrilled to have been the concubine of a powerful chief.
But not every person will feel the same way about the same scenario. Like, just because you felt different from other people around you doesn't mean they weren't as valid.
But, oh, he was so old. Cormac O'Neill, the oldest man I'd ever seen. I remember thinking, where is his face? Because I could not see it under all his disgusting wrinkles.
How old was the guy?
38.
Okay, that's not bad, but if you were sold as a child, that's really fucking old. Oh lord, it's her 13th reason!
That was pretty old in your time, huh? Wish I died at 38. Could have been a better looking corpse.
Well, he left an awful looking corpse. His face was all...
Did you kill him?
I'm guessing you had something to do with that, huh?
Not me. My boyfriend, Abertach. He told me he'd set me free. I suppose he did. He created a delightful poison for me. He said it would make my dear master die in excruciating pain. So, one night I lay with him, and that means I did sex. And when he was pleased, I fed him the poison mead. Abby did what I couldn't, and the old fool finally died.
Labeling? No.
It sounds as though Medi did her fair share in freeing herself from captivity. It must have been terrifying for her.
Nosferatu
One
thinking.
night I lay.
Nope.
It sounds as though
So one night I lay.
Control?
You're saying
There
your
we go!
boyfriend killed your husband, but it sounds to me like you did the real work.
This is true. Your boyfriend may have been the one who made or gotten the poison, but you're the one who fed the poison to, like, that guy. You're the one who saved yourself. Like, here's the thing. If I, for some reason, had to use, like, one of my boyfriend's poisons for something, I would have been responsible for using that poison. Like, whatever came from using that poison, that wouldn't have been my boyfriend's fault. It would have been mine. Because I fucking used it.
You mixed up some herbs, sure, but you were the one that had to sleep with the old man and get the poison in him.
Abby made sure I knew it was because of him that I was free. He said it could never have happened without him.
Oh. Uh-oh. She's on to her. That's not right. No, I'm fine. I'm not. Here's the thing. I may know about the poison my boyfriend makes, but I'm not skilled enough to use it. Like, do I know a little bit about it? Yeah, but I don't trust myself to use it. Because, like, I feel like I would accidentally poison myself. Knowing, like, my skills, I would accidentally, like, poison myself. But don't worry, I'm fine. Don't worry. The worst that I may use in terms of poison, even though technically it's not poison, is borrowing a laxative. Because sometimes, let's just say some things don't flow exactly properly, so sometimes I need it. It's very rare, but I have, like, used it before.
He didn't have to be brave to mix up a potion. I think the bravery was all you, Medi. Don't disqualify the idea that the person who set you free was you.
You know, I think you're absolutely right, strange cowboy man. I did do all the work. But Abby never let me forget that he was the one who freed me. He wanted me to worship him.
Toxic relationship. That reminds me of that one time a friend who was younger than me talked about how some folks in her job tried setting her up with a guy which she described was old, bald, fat, and clearly older than her. Like, who does that? Pretty sure she mentioned he was in his 40s or 30s. Huh? Why? Like, why? Like, why would they set her up with someone much older than her? Like why? Like, also, here's the thing. I will say, I do credit Louis with saving me. And I will always call him my hero. But he doesn't let me forget what I've done on our journey either. He'll remind me, like, okay, well, here's the thing. We wouldn't have survived if it weren't for you healing me. And also, you're actually, like, you know, you're contributing too with your magic. So, while, like, I can say, like, yeah, Louis was the one who saved me from a lot of things, he doesn't let me worship him. Well, okay, he lets me, you know, love on him and stuff like that, you know, like, kind of cling to him and spoil him a little bit. But, like, he doesn't want me to think of him as any higher than myself, if that makes sense. We're equals as a couple, you know? I said nothing! I said nothing, virus. I have no clue. I legit question why they would even consider those coworkers are fucked up. Those coworkers are fucked up.
A A fella who demands to be worshipped is always going to be a dangerous man.
Dangerous men have always been drawn to me. Must be something about the way I am.
So what happened after you killed Cormac?
The Neil clan came after me and Abby. They found him, took their swords, and went stab, stab, stabby, stabby, stab, stab, stab. But Abby just laughed. That's how I found out he was undead already. Gave me the willies.
Oh. Oh, he's probably what turned you into a vampire. They're weirdos, but I'm not surprised seeing they come from... Okay, not all people from there are weird, but maybe some of their practices? Maybe? Like, some practices from there might be a bit outdated. Maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not the expert on that region.
When they couldn't kill Abby, they decided to kill me instead. And that made him very upset indeed, because I belonged to him.
That must have been terrifying.
I suppose. Mostly hard. Lots and lots. Getting stabbed is much fun when you're immortal.
I ain't too fond of it as a vampire neither.
Abby fed me his blood, though, and then I became like him. When I woke up, the Neil clan who tried to kill us were all properly dead.
Yeah, that's generalizing.
Well, almost dead. They still had a lot of blood left, and I was hungry.
Well,
The Neil clan was ever so cross, though. They captured Abby and sealed him in a tomb with some forgotten spells. He's still there, as far as I know.
oh.
What happened to you?
I didn't have a future with my tribe. I insulted both my clan and Cormac's clan by killing their chief. My only choice was to be alone. That's the wisest choice.
That's Frotzy thinking?
That kind of all-or-nothing thinking could get us in trouble. If we think all is lost, we're liable to do things we wouldn't normally do. I know I did some stuff I regretted in them moments, and I sure wish I'd taken a breath and stepped back in all them times.
You sound so sad when you say that, funny cowboy man.
Because his past is sad as fuck.
I'm all right. I'm just saying, you're a capable lady. You've always got more options than you think in a bad moment.
Oh, but you're just a child. I don't want you to be sad.
I'm not. Like, Sam's gotten over his past for the most part. He's going through therapy too, and while I'm still recovering from everything that's happened to me, I'm in a lot better of a place now.
Well, let's focus on you, huh? You say you've been living alone ever since then?
Of course, my silly cowboy man. We aren't mortal anymore. We will always end up alone. Why waste my time?
Come on, Mitty. You're distorting a lot of reality there. All vampires ain't lonely. Some of us choose to be, but not all of us.
This lady did not just call me a child. Okay, to be fair to her, she's like very old. Like, how old is she again? Here we go. She is 1,804 years old. So, yeah, she's in her 1800s. So, Sam being like maybe 200? Yeah, Sam being like 200 years old would be like a child compared to her. So, like, I will say, like, it's not nice to call someone who is clearly presenting as an adult, to be called a child, but I will give her credit there. In terms of vampires, he is very much younger compared to her.
Sure, mortals have a habit of dying, but there will always be more of them. Not to mention all the vampires out there. Heck, I used to be in a vampire gang. Cult. Well, kind of both. They weren't good company, but they certainly weren't lonely. I mean, ain't we talking? Well, there's loads of vampires out there who think like you do, and they're fulfilling their own prophecies of loneliness.
You're being a mean little mouse now, and I don't like it very much. Maybe I should have killed you after all.
I'm just telling you the truth, Nettie!
I'm trying to help you, Mitty. The world's changed a lot in the last 1,800 years. A lot of it bad, but a lot of it good too. By and large, most people ain't burning witches and selling their daughters. That sort of thing's frowned upon by mortals these days. There are laws out there to protect folks now. It ain't like in old times.
May I tell you a story, little mouse?
If you stop calling me Little Mouse.
All right, tell me a story.
Once upon a time, there was a very pretty young lady. Pretty, but also crazy. Like me.
I don't mean to interrupt your story so soon, but you didn't think I was gonna let you get away with that one, did you? Don't call yourself crazy. You've been around way longer than I have. You gotta know that sanity is relative.
I know I'm crazy, though. Everyone tells me so, even my zealots. They like that I'm crazy.
I won't deny that you're a little... you think very questionably, but you're not going crazy psycho on me right now. Not yet.
You know, crazy ain't supposed to be a nice word. So why are you using it? Why are you creating a reality where what you are is crazy?
You are an annoying little mouse sometimes. Very well. I won't call myself crazy in front of you.
You shouldn't call yourself crazy to begin with. I can... Brian, while I appreciate the idea, I think this girl is far beyond your help.
It's a start.
May I continue my story now? The pretty young lady Mary had moved in with her cousin, Mrs. Hultridge. At first they got along quite well, but one day Mary started acting naughty. She would shout, act unladylike, and even say that Jesus Christ wasn't very special. Mrs. Hultridge liked Jesus Christ very much and wanted Mary to like him too. When she didn't, this embarrassed Mrs. Hultridge.
Oh, hi, Tovac! It's so good to see you! Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. How are you? Yeah, right. I almost relapsed there. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, look, Brian, I don't think it's a very good idea to enter a relationship with the idea of I can fix them, because then you're putting yourself responsible for their self-recovery. And when it doesn't work out, you're only going to blame yourself. And that's not very healthy. Yeah, she's a tad much even for me. Yeah, Virus doesn't want to match that.
She began to think something was wrong with Mary. After all, who didn't like Jesus Christ?
Oh boy, religious trauma, here we go.
Mrs. Hultridge said that Mary had begun to vomit up pins and buttons, nails, glass, and bits of wool. Instead of being grateful for the free gifts Mary was vomiting up, Mrs. Hultridge said that she had been attacked by 8 witches in spectral form. Now, just so happened that all 8 of those witches lived very close to the town where Mrs. Hultridge lived. Despite their magical prowess, the 8 witches were captured and put into the stocks, and all the people of the town were told that the women did not like Jesus Christ at all. So the Jesus Christ-liking people threw rotten vegetables and poo at the witches. And, just for fun, they gouged out the eye of one of them.
What the fuck? Healing takes time, so I can fix her if we stay together. I mean, if you're willing to accept her for who she is, power to you, I always call you Torbeck again. Like, all the power to you, Torbeck, but I don't know.
Then they kicked the witches out of town and lived happily ever after. The end.
That ain't a pleasant story.
Oh, it was very unpleasant. It hurts very much to have your eye taken away. But I like my new eye. It's fun. I was 1500 summers old or so when that happened. The world hadn't changed much then. I don't think it's changed much now.
Brian, do you not see? She just took her eye out! Do you guys see that she took her eye out? She took her eye out. She took her eye out. Look at her!
I'm sorry that happened to you, Maddie. You're right. Folk can be pretty awful when they get riled up. That ain't changed.
Oh, don't be sorry, little mouse. I like my new eye. Also, the story has a happy ending.
Oh yeah? What's that?
She just like me for. Wait. Virus, do you have prosthetic eyes? Do you have a prosthetic eye? Like, I know, like, you have, impaired vision, but do you have a prosthetic eye? She saw her. No, I saw someone take their fucking eye out! I was too busy, looking at you. Shish. Shish. I can definitely fix her. This is, okay, sure, Torback, sure. If you want to go for it, sure. No, but I want to take my eye out at this point. In general, but because of the game.
After I had my eye taken away, I took Mrs. Haltridge's parts away too, one by one until she died. It was so much fun.
Huh?
That's a little morbid, Mitty.
Yeah.
Morbid Mary? Oh, I like that. It's very clever, little mouse. But you see why I'm careful now?
Yeah, I get it. But look, there's one thing that's different now, and that's
The UN exists.
we got the United Nations now. They make sure the world's got a code to follow.
The United Nations has barely existed. As far as I know, it hasn't done much. Some countries are much stronger than others.
Well, yeah, but there's good intent and such.
You're not giving me much to be excited about, little mouse.
Look. I'm trying. I prefer my eyes inside, thank you. Me too. In general, it ain't gonna work. I see. What we're doing right now.
It's what we're doing right now. In all that time up till now, therapy ain't never existed. We only just started looking at ourselves and the way we think.
Torbeck said, just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. I forgot about that quote. And in my case, the goalie is her trauma. Yo! Torbeck, what the fuck? Where do I start? Okay.
Before recent times, we only looked at gods, government, and society. The self is a new frontier, and we're learning stuff we never considered before. The frontier can be kind of scary, but being on that frontier means moving forward, come what may.
Silly mouse. If something feels scary, that means that there must be something to be scared of.
But we can rationalize ourselves and be brave.
I know you've been through a lot and you got damn good reasons for being careful. But there's a reason you came to me, right?
Yes, but it wasn't because I wanted to go outside. It's because of my fans. They're very demanding.
Right. That's why we were talking about your going for walks and went down this rabbit hole.
This woman is making us go feral. Some of you guys, definitely. For me, I'm just looking at her going, what the fuck is your problem, lady?
Or, in your case, a mouse hole.
Stop!
Anyway, therapy usually ain't about just one thing. It's about lots of things. If the problem is your fans, we gotta imagine unlife without them, right?
Don't want to lose them all. Some of them are gentle. They're too weak to hurt anyone, which is why they don't.
You
Yeah.
really think weak people would hurt others if they were stronger?
Little mouse. I believe what my eye shows me. Yes, if one is capable of hurting another, they do.
I'm like covering my screen right now, guys.
They can, but they don't always. You ever seen them capybara animals? They're dang massive rodents and could do some damage if they wanted to, I reckon.
Oh, yes. Oh, they're very cute. People like to share animated pictures of them in my community.
Some folk are like that. They just want to sit around and have someone scratch their bellies.
Is that what you want, little mouse? Do you want me to scratch your belly?
No! No, 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 no. No, thank you. No, thank you. I do not like my belly being touched. Like, for the record, you guys know the fucked up shit I've been through. So, already my stomach is covered in a lot of fucking scars to begin with. So, my stomach is kind of a sore point to be touched. If I'm honest, I don't like my stomach being touched. I'm very uncomfortable right now, for the record. Because, like, on top of... Okay, for the record, on top of, like, my stomach being a pretty, like, awkward place for me, like, with all the scars and stuff, it's a positive thing, technically, but my stomach has a lot of stretch marks. It's because, like, for a while, like, let's just say I didn't exactly have the best nutrition when I was younger, or lack thereof, pretty much. So, let's just say I was pretty underweight for many years, and it's only now that I've gotten to a pretty decent weight now. Like, I'm actually at a much more healthier weight now, but as a result, on top of all the scars on my body, there's also now stretch marks because my skin literally stretched to basically go back to a healthy state. So, my stomach isn't the prettiest thing, to say the least. Louie's very sweet about it, though. Like, I have him look at my stomach every once in a while when, like, I'm not feeling super great. And he actually checks up on, like, the stretch marks for me. He's like, okay, yeah, you definitely got more, but that means that you're returning to actually a healthy weight now. So you're fine. But yeah. Sorry I got a little bit vulnerable there, but to be blunt, my stomach's a very, like, awkward place for me. I really don't like my stomach. For me, I'm like, ignore the voice. She is tapped in the head. Anyway.
What? No, I'm just saying. Don't assume everyone's out to hurt someone. Yeah, it happens. Of course it does. But that kind of thinking ain't giving folks their fair shot.
Don't know what I'll do if I don't have my followers. I can't live the way I used to before the machines took over. Oh, they expect so much of me now. They send me messages all night and all day. They need content.
I think you're not setting boundaries with your fans. Like, if they're asking you all day and night for content, then you need to set a boundary that you're not going to be uploading every day, but you upload when you can, as long as you enjoy making content. Like, me, for example, like, I have my limits. Because I still have a life to live, so I don't stream every day, I don't make covers every day, I don't release stuff every day, because I like to take my time with this sort of thing. And then I have a schedule of, like, Sundays and Wednesdays to stream, because I still like to talk to you guys. But I only have those days, I only stream twice a week, so that way I still have time for other things in my life, like hanging out with my boyfriend, planning my... You guys heard nothing. You guys heard nothing just now. But also hanging out with my friends, and just in general, like, time for hobbies that I don't show, like, on stream, you know? And that goes for Sammy, too. Yeah, that's the thing. I actually had a really shit boundary with, like, making, like, comic dubs for the longest time. Like, I really did not give myself a break. Same thing when I was in the fandom industry as well. But I put the boundaries in for myself, and I'm like, okay, look, I can only do, like, maybe 2 streams a week, and then, like, maybe some other stuff, like, throughout the week when I'm doing it with friends. But otherwise, I need to have time to recover because I work a very stressful job. Like, you gotta put boundaries. I'm just saying. Maddie, boundaries. I have a vulnerable spot on my stomach that makes me go into attack mode if touched there. Holy shit, really? The they she's talking about is just me. And me alone. Torbeck! Oh god, I peeked. I'm so sorry.
God, if I don't give them their content, they'll all leave. Attention spans are like those of little bugs, but they're not as cute.
Okay, I think we need to talk about moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I already have moderators, silly mouse. Any major content creator has to have them.
Your Wednesdays? What's so excited about Wednesday, Aurora? That's one of my streaming days. So my weekday streaming day used to be Thursday, but because of schedule changes, I had to switch it to Wednesday. So Wednesday is my streaming day. Yeah, it feels weird, and sometimes people try to do it to get me to laugh. Yee. I understand, Brian.
I don't know what that stuff means. I'm talking about moderation in your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What if you gave your fans only what you felt comfortable giving?
Doesn't matter what I want, silly mouse. They just want me to overreact to video games.
Mitty, you're thinking that mortals want only one type of content is forcing you to make only one type of content.
Mm-hmm. Man, this talk of internet culture, bringing up some things. Mm-hmm.
Your assumptions are keeping you from doing things you like, and you deserve to do things you actually enjoy.
You're very kind. I thought cowboys were supposed to be tough.
Well, that's an overgeneralization.
Who says I ain't? I just don't have nothing to prove no more.
Exactly.
Here, why don't we try something new for next time, since going out didn't go so well last time?
Mm-hmm.
I want to challenge you to take a day off. Don't answer any messages, don't post no content. Just do something for you and you alone. Take a sick day.
Yes!
But we never get sick. We're dead people.
Your fans don't know that. You need to take a self-care day. However, for me, I get sick. And you guys know for a fact that I have canceled stream when I've been too sick to stream. Wait, they like only React content? Maybe we should. Jesus. They just need exposure to new content, those people.
They don't know that, do they? One day. That's all I'm asking for. You need to give yourself a little space.
Very well. Since you've been a very kind mouse, I'll do it for you.
I'd prefer it if you did it for you, but we'll work toward that, huh?
Do it for yourself.
Oh, I wish I had a big piece of cheese to give to you right now.
I'm not a mouse. Stop calling me a mouse.
A lactose intolerance is kind of a side effect of death, but I appreciate the sentiment. I'll see you in a month then, okay?
Yes.
Great. I'll see you then.
Bye-bye, Betty.
Bye.
You are doing well, my friend. I know we old ones can be rather inscrutable sometimes.
She's human. We all are, ain't we? The way I see it, we all got the same problems one way or another.
I'm sorry, but with reaction content, I find it usually boring. Especially if they're just watching something and not really saying anything unique. Yeah, like they need to add something to you, you know? You're a jelly bean. I mean, yeah, that's my nickname.
Your wisdom never fails to impress, Samuel. I believe it is time for you to follow your own advice to Miss Mitty, however. All work and no play makes for a dull vampire, as they say.
Yeah, you're probably right. I might hit the hay early and do a bit of reading.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you must take out some aggression on hay, then please do so. I shall see you soon, my friend. Rest in peace.
Bye, Andy.
Good night, Andy.
Honestly, that went a lot smoother than I thought it would. Yeah, our sessions actually went not too shabby this time. Which means they're probably going to be crazy next time.
Wonder how I'll feel about humanity when I'm 1800. Heck, I wonder whether there'll even be a planet.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. Betty's got real good reasons for not being fond of mortals, but it might be narrowing her worldview. Real bad history was sold to a rival warlord and killed by a wizard. I guess wizards are real now? Abandoned by her clan after she killed her new husband and became a vampire, was pilloried as a witch in the 1700s and had her eye removed. She thinks it's pretty funny. Sounds disgusted by your followers. I'll try to encourage Mary to do some more things she likes for her own sake and get outside more. I found I would get annoyed much more often. I see, Brian.
I guess it's time to drown my existential woes in blood. Howdy there, Crimson.
You're sounding a little weary there, cowboy. You getting enough to drink these nights?
Oh yeah, that ain't it. Just existential ponderings.
That's just my specialty. What's eating you, buckaroo?
It's this old client I got. She's been watching humanity hurting itself for 1,800 years. Every time she expected better, she got hurt. She ain't wrong to mistrust mortals.
That's a tough one. What do you do with someone like that?
Well, I tried to guide her to look inward like I do with everyone. People are people, but so is she.
How do you think she took it?
Pretty well.
I think she appreciated the focus on her. I can't answer for all humanity, but maybe she can get answers from herself.
I think you could stand to listen to yourself, Ranchero.
Yeah. Maybe.
You could have been a mean old Dracula, and nobody would expect anything different from you. Reckon there have always been people like you, no matter how bad it's been in history.
Dang, Crimson. I can see why Andy respects you so much. You done some living, sounds like.
Death at the door can put things into perspective. I get where your client is coming from. Changing the world isn't gonna happen, but we can at least change ourselves.
I don't think that's true. The country I left definitely ain't the country I was born in.
The wheels turn a little slowly for us mortals, cowboy. Back in DC, I was trying to push policy to do something about our poverty problem, but the kind gentlemen across the street were pretty happy to make things worse.
What?
When I got my cancer diagnosis, that was my wake-up call to stop getting disappointed and start living with the little amount of time I had left.
Working at a bar is more rewarding than being a member of the bar, huh?
Not bad, cowboy. It's got its charms. Here, I whipped up something special for you.
What's this? What's this?
That ain't half bad. Got a refreshing taste.
Crimson is pretty cool. I will say, I respect that, Torbeck. I think Crimson's a pretty cool lady. She literally studied to be a lawyer, and when she got her cancer diagnosis, she's like, I'm going to live my life to the fullest, and now she's like, I guess the life partner of Andy? I think it's pretty cool. She's a pretty awesome lady.
Rose hips. Just a little something extra. Been experimenting with some herbals for Andy.
Guess old dogs like us can still learn new tricks. Thanks, Crimson. I think I'll hit the hay now.
You hit that hay, Desperado. I'll see you later.
Got a lot on my mind tonight. I think I need some rest. Now, what should I do to relax?
Reflect on the day with Emerson.
I always pick up a little extra perspective from Ralphie Waldo. Emerson, that is. Let's see if I can find a good passage.
So did that vampire blood essentially cure her? I think it slowed down her aging, which means it slowed down the production of cells. So she's still aging, just very slowly.
Bingo. In the woods is perpetual youth. Within these plantations of God, a decorum and sanctity reign. A perennial festival is dressed, and the guest sees not how he should tire of them in 1,000 years. In the woods, we return to reason and faith. There I feel that nothing can befall me. No disgrace, no calamity, leaving me my eyes, which nature cannot repair. In the wilderness I find something more dear and connate than in streets or villages. In the tranquil landscape, and especially in the distant line of the horizon, man beholds somewhat as beautiful as his own nature.
I kind of want Sam to, like, read an audiobook. Low-key, I would love Sam to read an audiobook because he is reading this so well. Like, I am invested. Wow, now I'm really curious if elf blood can do the same thing to Tonkies. I don't know. I don't know about that, Brian. I'm pretty sure elf blood is just blood. If I ever find a vampire, I'm going to nail the coffin shut and place a cross on it as a... No, I think that's a bad idea.
Ain't that the truth? Future's always ahead, no matter how old we get. That's enough for one night. Time to visit Dreamland. Maybe I'll see my princess there.
Go see your horse, Sam.
Samuel, my dear.
There we
I do
go.
look forward to our chats. How are you feeling tonight?
I think with that being said, I think it's going to be enough for Vampire Therapist for tonight. But give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back! Okay, let's try that again. You don't think it's possible to have slower aging as well as with elf blood infused? Or would it be something worse? I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. Like, I'm not the expert on elf blood, so I wouldn't really know about that, Brian, if I'm honest. Oh, hi! Oh my gosh! I think, your nickname's Jerry, right? It's so good to see you! Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Let me give you a shout out real quick. There we go! Please follow Jerry. They are an amazing fellow streamer, and they are so sweet, and they do the cutest art! They are seriously so awesome, and they are so sweet, so please check them out. But, either way, we're done with Vampire Therapist for tonight, but like always, I think I want to sing something if that's okay. He said, are you serious? I tried, but I can't figure out. I've been next to you all night and still don't know what you're about. You keep talking and talking, but not much coming out your mouth. Can't you tell that I want you? I will want myself. Baby, please believe me. I'll pay you farewell. Just know me, yeah. So sure of yourself. Baby, don't get greedy. That shit won't end well. Woo! I see you eyeing me down, but you'll never know much past my name or how I'm running this room around. Yet I'm still half your age. Yeah, you're looking at me like I'm some sweet escape. Obvious that you want me, but I said I will want myself. Baby, please believe me. I'll pay you farewell. Just know me, yeah. So sure of yourself. Baby, don't get greedy. That shit won't end well. He said, I'm just curious. Is this for real or just an act? Can't tell if you love or hate me. Never met someone like that. Drive me so crazy. Did you know you got that effect? I said, let me check. Yeah, I will want myself. Baby, please believe me. I'll pay you farewell. Just know me, yeah. So sure of yourself. Baby, don't get greedy. That shit won't end well. Myself. thinking? Hey, Sammy, since Mother's Day is pretty close, why don't you sing something that your mom might like? Oh, you mean like Hopelessly Devoted to You? Yeah, I can sing that. It might not sound so good in my tones, but I'm gonna try my best. I couldn't get it to record really well, honestly. Guess mine is not the first heartbroken. My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know. There's just no getting over you. I know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But baby, can't you see there's nothing else for me to do? I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head is saying, forget him. My heart is saying, don't let go. I'll hold on till the end. That's what I intend to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Oh. Aw, thanks you guys. I really appreciate it. That song's a little bit difficult for me to sing, if I'm honest. Like, it's really hard for me to hit, like, those notes compared to Aurora. But I thought it might be a nice little song since I know it's actually one of my mom's personal favorites. And this Sunday is Mother's Day, so I'm very excited for it. I got her a candle. I got her a very nice candle, and my husband also got her a gift as well, because he's always so thankful, like, that she's always taking care of us, you know? Also, I just had a thought. Aurora, I know you haven't practiced this song much, and it isn't even in our lineup of singing, but there was a song on Hikari's stream that we talked about you singing. It's a little bit sus, but it wouldn't be the worst thing you've sung in the past. Because, like, you've sung way sus in the past. What do you think? I don't know. I wouldn't want to disappoint Love, because I know Love, like, really likes this song. What do you guys think? Would you guys actually want to hear me sing a song that I've been practicing in the background, but I haven't had the chance to sing it live yet? It's an older Vocaloid song. What do you guys think? just getting some water in my system. Oh. I'm down to hear it. Of course, yes! Okay, my notes are gonna be a little bit higher for this, so prepare yourselves. And the lyrics, I'm gonna warn you right now, they're pretty sus, but I kinda like the song. I'll do my best. Please don't let my love turn out to be such a tragedy, just like Juliet's was. Please take me far away from here. That's my only desire. I think I had the music up way too high. Fuck. I say goodnight to both my father and my mother. I really hope tonight to sleep so very soundly. But now it's time for the grown-ups to go to bed. The taste of caramel is pure intoxication. I shyly cross my legs, imagining sensations. I wonder how far we will be going tonight. Please be gentle and be nice. Please hold me very tight. The taste of bitterness, I truly hate it, you know. I blame the sweet things I tasted ever since I was a little girl. Everything that we don't know, how they intend us so. But don't you think that everyone thinks like that though? Just show me everything and give me all you got. I'll show you all that I am and more. Longing for love, oh Cinderella. Even if just a uniform, I should keep running. Could it be that I could magically freeze before the evil village catch and try to stop her? The ever-running named Juliet. But baby, please don't call me by that horrid name. That's why you see, with the if that's not the case, then it would be so boring. Will you stay with me until death do us part? Hopefully it's sounding okay. It's a little bit fast for me, but I'm trying my best. I put on mascara to make myself look older. Just to be fair, my lies, I wanted to be bolder. Tomorrow I promise to be better for you. The border that is made of black lace is the only thing that protects me from doing things so unholy. I wonder how far we can cross that line tonight. I knew from the very start, though it tore me apart. The truth is I was first to fall so deeper for you. But Daddy didn't seem to like it and never wanted us to be. With his hands outstretched to me, he said he cared for me. But in reality, he binded me to the ground. Please take me far away, so far, my Romeo. I do not care at the whole world lost. The bells are ringing, oh Cinderella. She dropped her glass and burst on the ground for her prince. The evil dreams are out to steal them away. You have to find them before they can find a way out. Now I know how the story goes. There was no accident, Cinderella dropped them. Now I see we are completely the same. We were desperately wanting your attention. I've always been here, will you ever look at me? This is fucking fast! Into the depths of my heart, do you want to know what I have there? The darkest of my desires, can you see it spilling everywhere? But it's not completely full yet, I need to fill it up to the brim. Fill me up until it overflows and then overpowers you. But then if that happened, it'd be pointless. I never thought happiness could be found in smaller packages than the one I'm in now. What should I do at the sink? I think it seems that you would hate me too, just like everyone else does. My parents, I know they will never change, but my mama don't listen to me always. I've always said it's better to be honest. The thing that dropped was the golden eyes on our heads. You've lied too many times, Cinderella. It seems like you've been eaten by the paper wolf now. now. What should I do at this rate? I think to teen, and I be heathen too. Oh, please just let that happen before the day comes. Save me from this awful place. Holy fuck! I don't know how the fuck I kept up for most of that. Holy shit. But hopefully it sounded okay. I haven't had the chance to practice it much. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Yeah? Thank you so much, Atomic. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. But Sammy, you got this, right? Yeah. I'll use an old classic. We're gonna go a little bit deeper with this one, guys. You and me, we made a vow, for better or for worse. I can't believe you let me down, but the proof's in the way it hurts. For months on end, I've had my doubts, denying every tear. I wish this would be over now, but I know that I still need you here. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. You've been so unavailable. Now sadly I know why. Your heart is unobtainable, even though Lord knows you kept mine. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. Oh, but when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. I have loved you for many years. wanted to sing. I fucking love singing that song, honestly. Also, Aurora and Sammy, I got something to send you after the song. What's up? What do you got to send us? Do, 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 do. So, what's up? We have... Yeah! I saw that, like, in the earlier message, Aurora didn't respond, but yeah, like, you were bathing a new kitten! Congratulations! That's so exciting! Did you pick a name? Whew. I have something in my throat. Holy shit, hold on. Ah. Hi! Of course the time you show up is when I'm freaking gargling. Oh my god. But hello, how are ya? I had something stuck in my throat. Chill. She's a little orange fluff ball named Tovu. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, send me pictures. Please send me pictures. Alrighty, but with that being said, Aurora, do you got one more song? Mm-hmm. I sure do. Okay, my audio's on. I was like, wait, is my audio off? I'm gonna need to hear you say it out loud. Cause I love it when my name slips out your mouth. Love it when your eyes caress my body. Right before you lace your kisses on me. Dark white, no boy got me tripping. How your skin is always soft. How your kiss is always in. How you know, just swear it up. Dark white, no boy got me tripping on that accent on your lips. How your tongue does all those tricks. How you know, just swear it up. Kiss me underneath the starry twilight. Kiss me out on the moonlit floor. Kiss me underneath the starry twilight. So kiss me, cute fit in the whip, to the sky, to the flight, never back down, check my stats. Truth is I wasn't trying to meet nobody, baby, I was trying to survive. But when I saw you there, I was like, I like that. Wasn't trying to beg beef, I fought back. But when I heard you say hi, baby, I was like, damn! Dark white, no boy got me tripping. How your skin is always soft. How your kiss is always in. How you know, just swear it up. Dark white, no boy got me tripping on that accent off your lips. How your tongue does all those tricks. How you know, just swear it up. Kiss me underneath the starry twilight. Kiss me out on the moonlit floor. Kiss me underneath the starry twilight. So kiss me. So kiss me. Kiss me underneath the starry twilight. Kiss me out on the moonlit floor. Kiss me underneath the starry twilight. So kiss me. Woo! Oh! Ouch. Sometimes I hold, like, my drawing tablet pen in my hand when I sing, and I just hit my tooth. But with that being said, guys, I think that's gonna be it for today's stream. But like always, why don't we raid someone? Let's see who's online. Who should I go see? Why don't we go see Jerry? She did visit us, but by the way. Oh, fuck. Her audio just went boom. Remember, when we go into someone else's stream, we're gonna say Misfit